Hi, I'm Rob Parnell and this is Right Now. Today we ask a pertinent question. What is bad writing? Well, I guess we've got to first decide what's good writing. And to me, well, basically anything that transports you as a reader is good. In a sense, it doesn't really matter if the writing has lots of faults, because good writing is that which works for the reader, even though other people might not agree. Basically, it's a personal thing. Bad writing can work. It can work for your mother or your spouse or your best friend. They will not see the faults because they like the writing. And sometimes neither will you when you're reading something that you like. But good writing is what moves many people, and for all the right reasons. This is why best-selling authors are by definition good writers, even though the purists might criticize their style. I've seen many arguments on writers' groups over the years about J.K. Rowling. It's fairly widely acknowledged amongst writers that her writing style leaves a lot to be desired. She breaks actually a lot of the rules of good writing, but her fans say that's not important. Her mission is to tell great stories, which she's clearly very good at. And so who's to say she's a bad writer? How can millions of readers be wrong? Does her constant head hopping really matter, even when it grates so much? Well, the thing is, I used to have the same argument with musicians, because it's easy for purists and cynics to say Taylor Swift is crap. But I would say that she must be talented and wonderful, simply because she's so incredibly popular. To me, success is the benchmark. If someone can inspire adoration, sales and loyal followers, then surely you have to say they must be talented. And writers who can inspire millions with their words must be good at what they do. Now, you might not like Dan Brown's writing style. I've heard many writers criticize him, but you can't ignore the profound effect his writing has had on the public, on the world. I've read all of his books and I can't believe he makes us wait so long between them, but that's neither here nor there. But sure, there are many telltale signs of ineffective writing in his style. Bad grammar, clunky self-consciousness, almost absurd verbosity at times. But you see, we can't let the mechanics or even the rules of writing let us down. Many would-be great storytellers get so worried about their writing style, with all its faults, they think, that they sometimes stop themselves from writing at all. For basically fear of embarrassing themselves, I suppose. But you see, this is not productive. It's never stopped a best-selling author, because only writing is productive. Sure, pick up some rules as you go along, but don't stop yourself from writing. Show your writing to others, listen to what they say and make adjustments, but never believe you're not as good as anyone else. Because really, having read 1 million or so manuscripts in the last, 30 years, I would say there is only one really bad way to write. And that is when an author deliberately sets out to try to write to impress. You can tell they're saying, look at me, look at my writing, aren't I great? Isn't my writing superb? Because, ironically, this has precisely the opposite effect on the reader. And, the reader might not quite understand why they don't like the writing, but there's that niggling feeling that the author wants you to be impressed with them, so they can be very irritating to read. Because in a perfect world, the author must disappear from view. The only important thing is the story, or in non-fiction, the information. Now, the interesting thing to me, is that once an author grasps this fact, the writing seems to get better on its own. Because the rules of writing are simply there to help clarify your meaning to readers. And good writing is clear writing. Bad writing is that which is confusing, deliberately obscure, or simply hard to read. It may be grammatically perfect and error-free, but let's face it, if it's dull and uninspiring, it's bad writing. Keep writing. Any comments, suggestions? Let me know.